Okay, so now we're going to make the dressing. So this is very easy, bit of garlic. I didn't even believe in fine chopping it. Can't be bothered with that. Just chop it up a bit like that. Da 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 da. I can't be bothered with getting the skin out of it. Doesn't kill you. In there. Right, this. Yep, it's alright. It's garlic, Katrina. It's garlic. I think they've seen garlic before. Right, this is an Indian lemon. This is how big they are. They are weeny little lemons called nimbu.
Nimbu.
Yeah,
that's a very cute name.
So we're going to chop it in half. Okay, that'll go in. No, we don't. We don't want onion in the dressing, do we? No. Right, apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar.
Or vinegar of your choice.
We need
Olive
to buy
oil.
some more of that.
Yeah. Although you really should have extra version of this because it's cold. Never mind, we're short of things and we're trying to save money.
So that's part of it.
Goes in there. In with the lemons, although my fingers are a bit slippy now. Like that. And with that.
The leftovers.
Now, if you've got hold of sesame oil or mustard oil, there's mustard oil here, and that sometimes makes a nice alternative. But actually, I quite just like it like that. And if you want it a bit sweeter, throw some honey in it, but we're not going to do that tonight, so I'll leave that out of it. So let's see what we got.
He's actually going to drink it.
Yeah.
And because I'm not having any of that, it's all down to
That's very nice. Okay, so that's the dressing done.
So that's the dressing.
Now what we're going to do next, that can go in the cow bowl. Cows can eat that.
We feed the cow these leftovers, so organic food goes there.
Alright, so the chutney. I say chutney.
Chutney.
I don't keep it in the fridge, basically. I just eat all of this. So, apple. Okay. Chop up some apple. I'm going to loosely cut it to save time for the moment. I'll cut it up more finely later. It's one of those, here's one we'll make later jobs. That's that. And then the onions, yes, I don't even bother to peel them because they will peel themselves as I cut them. There we go. That's it. That's done.
Food at its best is what
Yeah,
it
I
does.
understand. Waste time cutting things up. There's life to be lived. Right, so basically it'll be that. Go into the pan after we take this casserole out. Apple, onion, and then a little bit of this really yummy curry powder, mixed sort of generic curry powder, which you can get in India. And then that,
Upside
we'll
down.
a little bit of dried fruit that'll go in. Yes, that way. It's the other way around, isn't it? That way around.
Let's see. Curry powder, yeah.
A little bit of dried fruit, and then the apple cider vinegar again. Stir it around, do it for about 5 or 6 minutes, and that makes a lovely kind of yeasty, zesty curry sort of mix. Maybe a little bit of turmeric in it as well. Put some turmeric here, so we'll bung that in as well. And that's something that I like to have with the meal to make it more interesting because I can take the spice of my own ways, Katrina can't. So that's where we're going to go with that, and I'll show you that a bit later on. Okay, so here we are, just stir frying it in the pan on a medium to sometimes high heat, making sure I don't leave it for too long because then it burns. Although a nice little bit of char burning is alright. Bit of salt, Himalayan salt, bit of basil, just flavour it because it's got to be nice and light flavour for Katrina's gut because she can't have anything too interesting. No, I mean too spicy. So no garlic, I'm afraid. Just about get away with onions. So a bit of basil like that. And then once it's all nicely stir fried in the pot, just go add some water, drop the heat and leave it to simmer. And I'll put the nuts in as well. So we'll probably do that about now, I think. We'll just say right doing that. Drain off the nuts. And we've got a bit bigger now, they'll be alright. Run them in. Mix them around. Look at that. Okay, mix that in. Drop the heat. Add the water. Just till it sort of kills it and just starts to swallow up the sides like that. And leave it on 2, 3, about like that. And there we go. And just leave that for about 15-20 minutes or so, and then we'll do phase 2. Okay, so that's stew done. There it is.
Hurrah!
Dum, okay.
And we cover them.
So we'll cover those over while we do everything else.
With our tin plates.
Okay, next onto the chutney. So here it is. This is like the absolute basic for making a chutney you'd normally put in your fridge and in jam jars, but I don't let it get to that stage. We just eat it, to be honest.
Onions, garlic.
It is basically, well, not even that. It is just onions and apples. Cinnamon, or dalchini as they call it here. Not too much of that. And the apple cider vinegar goes in later. That gets added later towards the end. So just mix it all up. You can put salt in if you like. I never usually bother. And people often add sugar, but you've got apple. I don't see the reason you need to put sugar. And also, onions do have a bit of sugar in them themselves. They are actually moderately sweet as carrots are. There's a little bit of sweetness in there, so kind of don't need it really.
Too sweet otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it too sickly sweet. So on we go.
Okay. I'm going to come round.
Yep. Fry that up. By the way, if you're wondering why there's a cooker right next to the sink, which would be highly dangerous in Britain, this is India and half the sockets don't work. So this is the only socket we've got.
And it's right.
So we just have to be careful. That's all there is to it. That's what happens. Right, just stir it around. That's already just something really nice. Right next bit is to get a bit of curry powder in there. Not too little, not too much. Probably about about that much. Oh, pity we haven't got smell-o-vision, isn't it? Like, that's the whole point of cooking programs, is that you see someone smell something that looks gorgeous, but you just wish you could smell it. Okay, that's that. I think I'm going to put a tiny bit of turmeric in there as well. I know there's turmeric in curry powder, but I'm going to add a bit more.
So that was curry powder you put in, and you've got turmeric in it?
I might just go for a pinch of Himalayan salt as well, actually, to go against. Because you know the goal to making anything tasty in a good way is salt, fat, sugar. So it's just down to you to use the quality of salt, fat, sugar you want. If you've got Himalayan salt, you've got molasses cane sugar, and you've got the best kind of oil you can have, then you've got the healthiest way of doing salt, fat, sugar.
And you can use that for anything, really.
You can use it for anything, and that turmeric's really getting to my throat. It's going to be quite spicy, that, I think. Turn that down. Yeah, okay, a bit more oil in there, I think, actually.
Well, it's smoky.
More on. That's it, a bit more smoky. Yeah, we'll need the extract one in a minute. So that's that, and we'll do that for a few minutes. Then we'll add, when we're ready, do you want to film that? Should we film that?
Wow. Wow.
Then. This, you would normally do this for a few bit more minutes, but I'll speed it up. You then add the apple cider vinegar, okay? And it's exactly the same method for making a fruit chutney at home. If you've got blackberries off the hedge, and you've got blackberries, onions, apples, and a few fruits, mix them up like this with a little bit of curry powder, a little bit of cumin, if you like. You can choose the spices really, the cardamom, and then you simmer them for about 5 minutes, or medium heat for 5 minutes. Add some vinegar, simmer for again for about 10 minutes, and that can actually go in a kilner jar, and you can make that into a fruit chutney, a quiche. But it's too strong. I just eat it, generally speaking. It's just too nice as it is. So there we go. Give that a go. Okay, so that's my part of the meal. Come on the way.
And then it'll be over to me.
It's over to you. So here we go with the chutney. We're running out of bowls and containers. We don't know what it is. We're going to put this in a mug for the moment, which is fine. Help it keep it warmer. Sorry, I know you can't because the saucepan's in the way. Can't really do much about that because I'm going to do it all around. There we go. Okay, that is rather yummy actually. Crispy onions. Bits and bobs. Okay. As I say, you can always add honey to that if you fancy it a bit sweeter. Okay, so that's that done. Now, quick break where we're washing out the saucepan and over to Katrina's poha.
So this is my version of carbohydrate. Apparently poha is rice flakes, and you can get them very easily in India. It's like a main dish. So instead of having fried rice, you have poha. You can have it as porridge, you can have it as boiled, or you can have it fried, like fried rice. It's actually got much more nutrition than rice has. It being rice flakes, I'm not sure how, but that's what they say, so I'm going with that. Anyway, you want to make sure if you're going to fry it up, which is what we're going to do, you're going to put a little bit of olive oil in your pan to heat it up first. Now, I like to fry poha up with cabbage. Somehow, for me, the taste of poha with cabbage works so well. I'm just trying to get this thing to work first, okay? So I'm heating the oil up first, and I've just rinsed some cabbage here, enough for 2. And I'm just going to add the cabbage to the oil. And I'm going to add some water to that as well. That's better. I think we need a bit more water there. Oh no, that's starting to go funny.
Cooking on the floor is imminent.
You what?
Is it heating?
It's heating. But that's starting to make funny noises.
Okay.
We are here in India with very basic equipment, so this is what happens. That starts to make funny noises, and we might be cooking on the floor soon. But hopefully it will keep it going. I need to get some more water, which I'm just going to take from my water canister, why not? I'm just filling that, if you have a look, filling it with a bit of water.
Yep.
Right, so to make the poha taste nice, I've decided to add some raisins or sultanas. These ones have actually got some seeds inside them, so be careful when you eat them. But they do taste nice. And just allow that to cook in with the cabbage. Heat up for a little while. The last thing we put in is the poha. So when these heat up, they expand. And they're very nice and sweet. And I like to add some salt. Sprinkle a few sprinkles of salt. About maybe 4. And some basil. Ta-da! So just about that amount of basil. And mix that up. I'll turn the heat down a wee bit. This is going to be more of a poha brew rather than fry because it's gone a bit on the wet side, trying to moisten the cabbage. But hey, that's what we do. This is not about perfection. This is about sustenance and nutrition. Obviously, with a nice taste to it too. Texture might not always be right, but hey, that's what our journey is about. It's not about perfection. If you want perfection, go and see a cookery program.
Wow, I never realised you put that much poha in it actually.
Yeah, well, for it to soak up the...
Yeah, that's quite a lot of poha.
Yeah, you need that to soak up the water.
Yeah. So does it get smaller or bigger?
It gets bigger. It
bigger.
expands like rice.
Yeah. But you kind of want to fry it a bit, don't you? So it's like
You do, but look what I've done. I made it more like a stew.
Yeah. Okay, well,
Which is fine, like I said.
nothing goes perfect.
This is not perfection. This is about, you know... But we can let this set and it will harden up a wee bit.
Go, go, go.
Go, go, go. Okay. Scared that I don't get shocked by the electricity or the lack of. So here we go. Have a look at the poha. This is the poha.
This is the poha.
So I've taken
Rather nice.
some water out of it because it was getting rather high water content. So I take it this is my dish.
Whichever you like, 'cause at the moment it's
Look at
completely equal.
It's completely.
I haven't
So that's.
adulterated mine yet.
So where would you like your poha? I'm going to give you this one.
Oh,
Here,
well, I
sure.
won't have as much as you. Yeah, that'll do. 1 spoonful. 1 spoon. You have the rest.
Are you
But
sure? I'll give you a wee bit
A
more.
little bit more.
Bit more
That's it.
cabbage,
Maximum
okay?
for me. The rest is yours.
And the rest is mine. I'm a
Right.
glutton poha person because I'm not getting anything else. Like,
Yeah, she fills up on this
so I
stuff.
fill up on this stuff, but then I do a lot of exercise.
And it's brown rice it's made from, so it's slow release carbs. It's not like white rice, which is going to hit your system and give you an insulin spike. This is slow release, so it's
Yeah,
not going
and
to
it's
suddenly make you wake up
very
in the middle of
filling.
the night and be hungry. This fills you right.
Yeah.
Okay, coming around
so
this way.
that's
Okay,
there.
now I'm going to pass this over to Katrina so she
Ooh.
can film me. Just dump that down there. Film me adulterating mine. Okay, so I like to make mine a bit more interesting. Here we go. So, soy sauce, well, tamari soy sauce, but we did actually find out, I was cheated a bit, this actually, we bought it as gluten-free and they cheated, they've actually got wheat in it. Now tamari should be gluten-free soy sauce, so that's not really gluten-free, to be honest. That's
So
why
I can't
only
have
it.
any of it.
Yeah, this Katrina can have.
I can have loads of peanut butter.
100% pure
Yum.
peanut butter.
Nothing else with it.
In it goes, and I'm just literally going to just
Use
mix
so
all
much
that
of
in.
peanut butter.
Nice
Mix.
and dirty.
Mix the poha in with.
Really,
Wow, he's really going for it.
really mopped it in, you know.
Is this really going to taste like peanut sauce?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I'm
peanut
so
sauce.
jealous.
Peanut sauce.
It smells gorgeous.
And
I
if
wish
you
I
like
could
it
taste
sweeter, obviously you can make it sweeter with a
add
bit of
some
honey. But I like it just like that, and I mean, it look great, but it's going to taste lovely. And maybe a bit of raisins or a bit of dried fruit in there
Well,
also
you've got
picks
some
it up.
raisins that I cooked up
Yeah,
with it. You
yeah.
can add some more.
No, we're fine as we are. So I think that's it. We're ready.
We're ready to dine.
We're ready to eat,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And unlike in cooking programs, we're actually going to eat this.
We're just going to literally eat this. Okay, so you bring yours to the table and I shall bring mine with
To the
my
table.
fork.
And here we go.
Here.
This is it, complete
With
with
toilet rolls, why
complete
not?
with all the crap one could want.
Are you alright with just a spoon? You see, this is how we dine, just with the spoon. And how is that?
Oh yeah. Bit of satay.
Okay, now you film me.
Right, I'm going. Tuck in.
So, this
Ooh,
is my poha.
forgot my chutney, didn't I? I'll get that
Oh, you
over.
go
I'll bring
get
that
your
over. You go.
Oh, it's hot.
Okay, so we now have the dressing, which I'm going to put on the main dish because I like to do that. I have a bit of my honey and lemon, well, no honey in this one, lemon and vinegar dressing. I'll put some of that in there. And I've got my rather nice curry chutney. I can get it out with one hand. Yeah, you might want to hold that. So yes, I've now got like sort of 3 different flavours I can have with this otherwise very simple dish.
Let me just
There we go, just spin it around.
And
So that's what we've got actually, looking at it.
And I'm
You're going with the
add
seeds.
some seeds.
Going with the
So
seeds.
it's called mix.
Power mixes.
Power
It's
mix
just
seeds.
sunflower,
It's got
chia, is it?
sunflower, chia, flax seeds.
Yeah, don't forget chia has got protein, and chia is quite high in protein.
So it's
yeah.
also got sunflowers and pumpkin seeds.
Yeah, omega-3.
Omega-3. So that will really complete me,
Yeah.
and so that I can take my zinc tablets
Yeah.
later.
Cool.
So
Okay, there we go.
hang on. So this is us. We're having our dinner. And don't forget to like, subscribe,
Absolutely.
and follow. And we need your support. So
We do
come
indeed.
and join us. You'll be joining us on a trip. We don't get it right all the time, but it's our quest to try and find healthy
I need
ways
to eat.
of
Yes.
eating. We need to eat. See you next time. Bye.